When it comes to human psychology, one thing is universally true. The power of absence can be stronger than the presence. Women, like all people, respond deeply to the nuances of behavior, especially when it comes to relationships and emotional connections. The feeling of missing someone often arises, not because of what we do when we are around, but what happens when we are not. It is this paradox that forms the basis of today's topic. We will explore why women start to miss you the most when you master certain psychological principles rooted in Stoicism and darker psychological tactics. In this video, we'll dive deep into the strategies that can make you a high-value individual in her eyes, making her think about you constantly, even when you're not around. We'll break down why these methods are effective and how to implement them in a way that feels natural, not manipulative. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Power of Absence. Absence, they say, makes the heart grow fonder. But why is this the case? The human mind is wired to focus on what it doesn't have. It craves what is missing and fills the void with fantasies and idealizations. When you make yourself scarce, you force her mind to think about you. This is a principle used in many areas of life, but it is particularly potent in relationships. From a Stoic perspective, the concept of detachment is essential. Stoicism teaches us that we should not cling to people or objects. This form of emotional discipline can be incredibly attractive because it showcases self-control and an understanding of one's worth. When you practice this kind of detachment, you naturally make yourself more appealing. A woman notices when a man is not desperately trying to get her attention, and this lack of desperation becomes a powerful magnet. In the context of dark psychology, absence can be used as a tool for creating desire. When you give a woman time to miss you, her brain starts to fill in the gaps. She remembers the best moments, the times you made her laugh, or the way you made her feel. This selective memory tends to romanticize the past, making her crave your presence even more. It is an unspoken psychological game that taps into her emotions without you having to say a word. To apply this effectively, you must be willing to step back. This doesn't mean disappearing completely. It means giving her the space to realize your value. If you are constantly available, always at her beck and call, she will take you for granted. But if you pull away just slightly, she will begin to notice your absence and start to miss you. Chapter 2. Creating emotional peaks and valleys. One powerful psychological principle is the creation of emotional peaks and valleys. People remember the highs and lows of their experiences far more vividly than the mundane middle. When you can create moments of deep emotional connection, followed by periods of absence, you leave a strong impression. This technique is used in many fields, from sales to storytelling, because it is effective at capturing attention and creating a memorable experience. For instance, when you are together, focus on making the time high quality. Be fully present, give her your attention, and create an environment where she feels valued and seen. This creates an emotional peak, a high point that she will remember. However, once you part ways, resist the urge to text or call immediately. Give it time. Let the emotional high linger and transform into a feeling of longing. Stoicism plays a key role here because it teaches us the importance of controlling our impulses. Instead of rushing to fill the silence with words or actions, we learn to embrace it. The quiet space allows her to reflect on the moments you shared, and in that reflection, she starts to miss you. This emotional roller coaster, when done right, can be very powerful. It keeps her thinking about you, wondering when she will get to experience that emotional peak again. This approach works because it taps into the psychological concept of intermittent reinforcement. This is the idea that people respond more strongly to rewards given at random intervals rather than consistently. By being unpredictable in your availability, you create a kind of addiction. She never knows when she will get to experience that emotional high with you again, which keeps her longing for more. Chapter 3. The Art of Mysteriousness. Mystery is a fundamental component of attraction. When we do not know everything about someone, our minds become curious. We start to fill in the blanks with our imagination, often idealizing the person. This is why people are often more attracted to those who have a hint of mystery about them. They want to figure them out, to uncover the layers hidden beneath the surface. Being mysterious doesn't mean being distant or aloof. It means holding back a little, not revealing everything about yourself at once. In conversation, focus more on listening than talking. Ask her questions about herself, but offer less about your own life unless asked. This creates a sense of intrigue, and she will start to wonder about the things you haven't shared. Dark psychology leverages this by using mystery to create an emotional hook. When someone is left wanting more, they start to obsess. They replay conversations, trying to glean information they might have missed. They imagine scenarios and try to figure out what you might be thinking. This kind of psychological pull is powerful because it engages her mind even when you are not around. From a Stoic viewpoint, this ties into the idea of self-restraint. By not giving everything away, you maintain control over the situation. You are not seeking validation or approval. Instead, you are confident in your value. This confidence is very attractive and makes her more likely to miss you when you are not around. The less you reveal, the more she will want to know, and this curiosity creates a powerful bond. Chapter 4. The use of limited contact. Limited contact is a strategy that can amplify the feelings of longing and desire. When you are always available, the other person may begin to take your presence for granted. However, when you limit your availability, it makes the time you do spend together more valuable. This principle is rooted in the concept of scarcity. People place a higher value on things that are not readily available. By limiting contact, you give her the opportunity to miss you. This doesn't mean playing games or using manipulation. It's about understanding the value of space. When you're always present, there's no time for her to reflect on the moments you've shared. However, when you give her space, it allows her mind to wander back to those memories, enhancing their significance. This tactic is about balance. You don't want to be so distant that she feels ignored or unwanted, but you also don't want to be so available that there's no sense of anticipation. The key is to be intentional with your interactions. Let her reach out to you sometimes. This shows that she's thinking about you, and it gives her a chance to initiate contact, which can be a powerful indicator of her interest. From a Stoic perspective, this approach is about practicing patience and restraint. It's about understanding that your value is not diminished by being less available. On the contrary, it's enhanced. By prioritizing your own time and not constantly seeking her attention, you demonstrate a strong sense of self-worth, which is incredibly attractive. Chapter 5. Mastering the Art of Subtle Communication. Communication is key in any relationship, but it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. Subtle communication involves using body language, tone of voice, and even silence to convey your message. The things you don't say can often be more powerful than the things you do. For example, when you're with her, instead of constantly expressing how much you like her, show it through your actions. Pay attention to the small details. Make her feel seen and heard. Then, when you're apart, don't flood her with messages. Let your silence speak for itself. This creates a contrast that can make her feel your absence more strongly. Subtle communication is also about creating an air of mystery. Don't reveal all your thoughts and feelings right away. Leave some things unsaid. This will make her wonder about you when you're not around. She'll start to miss you because she'll be thinking about the things she wants to ask you, the things she wants to understand better. This method taps into the principles of Stoicism by focusing on control and self-restraint. Instead of oversharing or seeking constant validation, you hold back a little, allowing her to come to you. This not only makes her miss you, but also makes the moments you do share more meaningful. Conclusion. In the end, making someone miss you isn't about manipulation or mind games. It's about understanding human psychology and applying it in a way that enhances your own life while naturally increasing your appeal. By mastering the art of presence and absence, focusing on your own growth, and practicing the Stoic principle of letting go, you create a powerful dynamic that can make a woman think about you long after you're gone. This is not a quick fix or a shortcut. It's a lifestyle choice that revolves around becoming the best version of yourself. It's about embracing the power of scarcity, mastering emotional control, and understanding that true attraction is not about constant contact, but about creating meaningful moments that linger in someone's mind. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on Stoicism, psychology, and the art of high-value living. Stay strong, stay stoic, and remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to simply be a little less available.